Yes, this is a video of me talking. I recognize that. I was talking to myself this morning. I was filming a video actually that I guess is to be seen later, but I said something that kind of like stuck with me all day. My brain works a lot faster than my mouth, and because of that, I come off as like ditzy and slow. And to some people's credit, yeah, I'd be a little bit confused when people be explaining stuff to me because I don't initially get it. But if you took your time to explain it in a different way, which I'm not often afforded, I probably get you. I'm more of a show and tell type of person than tell type of person. People don't sit right with what comes out of my mouth, but they see me doing something, they see what I have to show for myself, and that's like, oh, she's not that, she's a little bit bright. Oh, everything is just coming together like jambalaya. I was talking to my mom and my boyfriend the other day, New Year's Day. We were talking about Pop the Balloon, funny enough. I don't watch it, but it was on. We're not gonna go too deep into it because what is there to say about Pop the Balloon that we don't already know? One of the things I asked my mom and him, like, hey, what are y'all's red flags or whatever? I said one of two things, or it could be both. One of them was that I come off as ditzy, or as my grandma would say, dippy. When I speak, I come off as slow, and I know that as such, and I've been struggling with that for a long time. I've been struggling more so with the fact that I don't think that people have much respect for me based off of the way that I speak and how I talk. But they respect me in different ways that I have underappreciation for, because it makes me feel like I have to prove something to somebody because they can't just take me for my own word. A lot of my like discrediting and the way that people treat me, like they treat me like I'm stupid. And the only thing that has transpired between me and this person is a conversation. So in conclusion, I think that based off of what I say, I appear as aloof and ditzy and just kind of slow and stupid. The other thing I said was that I'm pretty serious. Like, I'm a very no-nonsense person, thanks to the matriarchs in my family, but I don't take much for jokes. I'm a pretty vanilla person as well. Like, you gotta catch me when you gotta catch me in the spontaneity, like, I'm not a spontaneous person. Girl, get off the desk. What are you doing? What I'm seen by is my actions. Like, I'm visible per what I do and what I can produce versus what I say. And that kind of hurts me a little bit. Like, not only do I love talking, like, I also totally understand where my grandma was coming from of like, girl, you be talking way too much, and that could be a little bit dangerous for you. Now, I've tuned like my voice this past like couple years as far as like what I should and should not say and things like that. Doing that to solve one avenue, one issue, and also opening a door of like more problems regarding like how I want to present myself through speech. And a part of that is like respectability. At first I thought I was being like really insecure. Like, oh, everybody thinks I'm stupid. Am I projecting? Like, do I think I'm stupid? Like, blah, blah, blah. But nobody thinks I'm stupid because at the same time, they be like, oh, you're so smart. Like, you just got this big brain. Like, you're so brilliant. You're so bright. But why do you talk to me otherwise? Why don't you listen to me when I say XYZ? I don't like talking about this that much just because of where the internet has gone, but yes, I have an ADHD card and I went to the doctor and I got diagnosed. But how it happened was in first grade, my teacher, I didn't have a good time in her classroom. I didn't like her. I don't think she liked me. And I feel like that's weird to say because she's like a grown woman, but yo, the tribulations that I had to go through to get my diagnosis because of the way that she went about handling me in her classroom. And to her credit, like, she's a teacher. I don't think particular teachers aren't trained to like, oh, I don't know. Are teachers trained to handle like mental disorders and stuff like that? Or are they like, 1, 2 equals 3? Girl. I don't really remember this, but this has been a pattern that she kind of sparked. So I remember like doing my work and having a good time in class. And if you were to, I guess, be in those parent-teacher conferences, she would be like, Ivory is brilliant. Ivory is so smart. Look at these grades. Like, yo. But like, she won't stop talking. She won't stop being disruptive in my classroom. She just wants to socialize all day. I don't know what triggered it at the doctor, but I ended up getting diagnosed and given Adderall. But like the torment that I had in the classroom, like she would be like, stop, or she would like separate me from the rest of the classroom. One time she told me to sit outside. She dragged a desk outside the door. And what's funny is, and again, I don't remember this because I remember doing my work. And she said that I was outside talking to myself and playing with I remember playing with the little pill bugs. I don't remember talking to myself. So I believe her though, because I do talk to myself, but she almost framed it as like, girl, you cannot shut up. Like, I put you outside and you can't even stop talking. I get the same sentiment from my family. Like, oh, you are so smart. Like, you are so brilliant, blah, blah, blah. But if I drag on for just a little bit too long, like I can sense the, not dread, but like disinterest in what I have to say. Like, I think they try to hide it well, and they put up with me because they give me unconditional love. That is unfortunately just not afforded to me by anybody else in the world. And that's how I treat people too. Like, I get it from them. Do I think that would be true if I wasn't a family member? Absolutely not. I think I would come off as like really annoying and persistent and brash even, because random strangers, like, and I'm not talking about necessarily like strangers in general, because I'm not really carrying conversation with strangers, but I'm talking about people I have to see every day. So yeah, classmates, teachers, as an adult, co-workers. I've encountered this in every room that I've been in my entire life. I can't fake the funk. Like, I say like a lot. And I used to get teased about that a lot as a kid too. You say like a lot. Like, is that the only word you know? Like this, like that, like, blah, blah, blah. And I never got that, funny enough, moving or living in California, but I would just blame it on like, yeah, I was born in California, whatever. People say like a lot out there, but that's carried out through my life. I used to watch videos about speech and words like that are repetitively used to break up your speech. Stuff like that. It is seen as distasteful. And I almost tried to stop saying like, and I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing for me to try to do again. Like, I know that I have a very select few people who can listen to me carry on the way that I naturally do and carry that care about how they speak to me, how they listen to me, how they view me. And I'm okay with that. What is frustrating is the fact that I have to understand, and I know this, like, I'm not afforded that by everyday people, because I think the everyday person thinks I'm slow, I'm stupid, I'm uneloquent, and I'm not deserving of potentially like opportunities or chances or even an ear to listen to because of that way I present myself. I already think I'm pretty unconventional looking on the outside. The way that I dress sometimes, the way that I do my hair, my physical form of self-expression can be uncanny, and that I'm not gonna change. But to top it off, you want to be respected when you talk like that? It doesn't work in my favor. Where can my brilliance come from if people think I'm stupid? And it's in what I do. Oh, I'm not trying to get emotional, but it isn't what I do. From an academic, I'm tripping over my words, and we're talking about words and stuff. From an academic point of view, when I was in school, I had fantastic grades. I didn't have the best conduct because I was talking a lot. Outside of an academic career, I'm dealing with people and the real world and life. And I have grown to understand who people see me for. And I've tried to point this out on multiple occasions, and it's always like, no. Or if I see people for who they are based on their actions, I'm crazy. I'm wrong. I'm gonna say this in a way where I hope I'm not like, munching on myself. I have an understanding, and not even in like an egotistical, big-headed way, of how I am perceived. And I think that I have a good judgment understanding of that because of how I've been treated and sometimes how I continue to be treated. I am seen as forgiving. I'm seen as giving. I'm seen as fruitful. I'm seen as reliable, dedicated, passionate, dependable, reliable, same difference. It's really hurtful when you understand that the people around you have an understanding of who you are to them, and that you are a giver and that they can take from you. And they will, because you allowed them to do it. I have so much care for you, which is why I go about treating you this way. You're my friend. You're my bestie. You're my comrade. You're my day one. I don't know, just all those kind words. I treat my friends how I choose to treat my friends. And if that means going the extra mile, being dependable, like, I refuse to do otherwise. I don't want to have to feel like I have to protect myself when we're around you, because I love you as a person. I love everybody, point blank. I have so much respect for you. I don't think you're doing me wrong on purpose, but I can't treat you the same, because I know that you won't stop taking from me. You won't see me for other than what I have given to you, what I will give to you in the future. You don't see me, you see me for what I have done and what I will do. And I feel like it's kind of bleak. It's one of the reasons why I just haven't decided to try to make friends. Cause I I know it's not hard for me to make friends. It is hard for me to open back up after leaving friendships, and I'm gonna make a video about that at some point. Should I have expressed anger or said no? I feel like I'm loudest when I disagree or defy. It sparks this different nerve of like, you saying no? I don't even think I'm like a people pleaser. I think I'm really easy. Like, I will care for you in the way that I know how. And if I just keep seeing that I'm being taken from at some point instead of like genuinely giving, I don't want to do that no more. For me to try to defend myself, like, oh nah, like I kind of see what's going on. Oh, I'm really stupid. I'm really selfish. I'm really slow. But before, oh, she's cool. She's great. It's really hurtful. As like boring and vanilla as I am, which can be like pretty anti-seeming, if people didn't want me around, like I wouldn't be around. But my place is to be the back pocket, to be the reliable, the other words that I was saying earlier. That's my place. I be feeling like I'm always being watched, and not in no conspiratorial like FBI agent type of way, but in the things that people notice about me and say to my face. Some of it I'll be like, huh? Like, you think I'm in this? I wonder why, like, I'm that person to observe. I think it goes deeper than like dependability and stuff like that, because I mean, people see brilliance in me besides actions, more so in my work, in the way I work, my ethic, my passion, my dedication to certain things. With that being said, like, I love this channel because I just get to talk to a camera. It's what I've almost always wanted to do. It seems kind of weird and antisocial, but you know what? One of the reasons why I wanted to talk to a camera is because I'm not instantaneously receiving judgment from a person. I'm not I'm not seeing the like, okay, like she's talking too much. Yeah, I just figured that out too. I guess that's why I've always, like, no matter if it was this phone, the phone before that, the phone before that, the phone before that, cameras I had as a kid, cameras I have around this house, I enjoy like talking to open air. I could be cutting something up and I'm talking to myself. I feel so free that way because I can use my speech to fulfill myself. I love talking. I will keep this for now as a space to continue to do that for myself. And I mean, even as it is, like, this is the internet. I don't say everything that I think. I think that this is a conclusion like God wanted me to get to. Also because ultimately, like, the videos I make of me talking don't do well. And most small channels don't do well anyway. But if that wasn't like a sign, like, girl, nobody wants to hear you talk, then maybe I'm just crazy for continuing to try. I'm glad I figured this out now and not like a long time from now. So another thing too, I wasn't even gonna film today, but I was like, yo, my hair looks fantastic. I'm done talking, finally. You're done watching me talk, and you'll see me when you see me. Oh, like the video if you know what I'm talking about and you like the video. Subscribe if you like me. You'll see me when you see me.